Good morning, day 199, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and working pantry food. So today I have to take my mom to the doctor for a follow-up appointment, so I won't get much done today. And I was thinking about why I'm dragging my feet putting up this second batch of shelves. Well, part of the reason is because I don't know exactly how I want to do it and what I want to do. I know the process of how to do it, but I don't quite have a plan in concrete about how to set up the shelves. So sometimes when I procrastinate, that's the reason why. It's because I quite don't have the journey all on a triptych yet. Do they still have those triptychs from AAA where you'd go in and get the brochure where they routed your trip? Anyway, so that's part of the problem. And another issue is my leg has really been bothering me. So going up and down the ladder isn't going to help. So I don't know what's going on with that. If it doesn't get better, I'm going to have to go see a doctor. But anyway, as you get older, you have these issues that come up, and you just deal with them as best you can. So that is the issue with the shelves. So my little container garden is full of weeds. Like I said before, when I first started to plant this garden, pretty much right around the time I plant it, the cottonwood blooms, and then I have these other plants that I can't get rid of. I forget what they're called. They're actually edible, but I really don't want to eat them if I don't have to. It's not purslane, it's chickweed. That's what it is. Chickweed. I get it all over the place. Do any of you eat chickweed? And what do you think of it if you do? Do you add it to your salads? They get little teeny tiny daisy-like flowers. I try and pull them out before the flowers come out, but they just keep coming back year after year. So I have to get out there and do some weeding. And this would actually be a good week to do it because it's a little bit cooler. So we'll see. Work, 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 always something. I make a lot of my own work. I could sit back and say, I'm just not doing anything anymore. Give up the garden, give up, doing my house stuff, but a lot of it gives me pleasure, and I'm not ready to give that up. I don't know what I would do with myself if I didn't have all these projects to do. I do like to read, but I don't want to sit so much. Some sitting, some activity. I don't want to get so sedentary that all I do is read and watch TV. So the projects will continue, the garden will continue, and hopefully I'll continue. All right, I will be back in a little bit with some breakfast, and I really need to start eating up that avocado mash. So we'll see. We'll see what's for breakfast. I still have bread in the freezer. I don't need to buy bread. So, yeah, still have plenty of food. All right, I'll be back later, and we'll have some breakfast. Good morning. Cheers. So I'm cooking some eggs here. I want to have something a little different, but I still need to eat down this yogurt. So I've had this apple butter in my refrigerator forever, and I'd like to use it up. So I'm going to make some apple yogurt. So first I'm going to add a couple sweeteners because otherwise yogurt is a little too sour for me. So I'm going to add, a good, probably a tablespoon, however much you like, of the apple butter. And hopefully this will be tasty. And I need to rinse my spoon because I don't want to contaminate my yogurt. Alright, so I poured off the liquid off the top like I usually do. And I imagine you could use that liquid to start more yogurt, but I don't need it right now because I still have a lot of yogurt. But I do want to make some coming up soon because it's good for cooking and it's good for just eating. And as you all know, that's why I buy the plain. Alright, let's give this a try. You can use any kind of jelly. I've made this yogurt with my homemade freezer jam, any kind of preserves, whatever fruit you have, or if you don't like fruit, you know, of course you can always make it plain. You can use coffee syrups in it, make all kinds of different flavors. That's why I like a really thick yogurt, because I can flavor it with syrups too. Alright, that's what it looks like. Let's give it a try. I don't know. We'll see. That's really good. Alright, now I know how to use up the apple butter if I don't want to use it on toast. Alright, I'm going to wait for my eggs to be done, eat my yogurt, and then I think I'm going to maybe have an egg and cheese sandwich. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, breakfast just wouldn't seem the same without my trip to the refrigerator. Day 199. Alright, so I'm cooking my eggs. I mixed up my yogurt. And I'm going to need some mayo. I need my favorite Aldi's cheese. But I'm not going to buy any more until I use up some more of what I have. So I've been drying these raisins in the refrigerator forever. So I'm going to add some of these to my yogurt. So these were grapes, and this was an experiment, but it takes forever in the refrigerator. Sometimes I dry things like chives or green onions. I just leave them open in the fridge and then they dry. But the grapes were too fat. So I'm going to have those, and then I'm going to have a roll, and I have 3 left, but I'm not going to buy any more until I finish the bread. I still have 3 buns, and I still have a loaf of bread that I bought at Costco when I went a couple weeks ago. So I want to use all that up first because, like I said, I'm starting my low no spend again. Not that I was ever spending much on food anyway, because I haven't been, but it's one of the best places for me to save. And I still have lots to use up. All right, I will meet you back at the stove. Here's my mom, me, my daughter and her little daughter. I know it's kind of blurry. There we go. So there's the generations. All right, to the stove. I have everything here for my breakfast. I have my egg, my boiled egg, and I have this handy dandy egg slicer. I've had it for a long time. You can slice different kinds of, you can slice an egg in half, which you can use a knife for that. But I really like it for quartering eggs and slicing them. So I just have my cheese here. I put mayo on my roll. And that's it. A very simple breakfast for day 199. So I have to go get dressed very shortly and get to my mother's so that I'm not late. And of course I always have to give my dogs some egg. They just love eggs. And then I'm going to try one of these refrigerator raisins. Tastes like a raisin. But I want to start eating them up. So I'm going to take half and put them in with my apple butter yogurt. All right. So that's it. Breakfast day 199. And I'm sure it'll be good because I like cheese and eggs together. All right, I'll be back later. I don't know how long I'm going to be at my mom's. She usually wants to have some dinner, so I may have dinner with her. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'll see you later, and I'll do a little talk or do more cooking. I'm not sure. All right, well, I'm back from my mom's, and I figured out today one of the things that makes me spend money. And it happens to be that if I'm around an area and there's a store that I frequent, then I make the excuse of, well, I really should go in there and buy that because I'm already in the neighborhood and then I won't have to go out again. So, but now that I realize that, it's probably cheaper, even though I have to drive somewhere, to just go get what I need when I need it. So that worked real well for me today when I was at my mom's. And we'll talk a little bit about that after I make some dinner. So sometimes analyzing what your shopping triggers are is a good thing to do, because then once you realize that that's what's happening, then you may not need to actually go do the shopping. Because I live in an area where everything is fairly close to me. I don't have to drive for a lot of miles to get to the store I want to go to. So I'm trying to change that and not have that be a trigger just because I'm driving by a store where I usually buy a certain thing. That doesn't mean I have to go in there and buy it. All right, we'll talk more about that after dinner. Okay, let's see what's for dinner. Day 199. So I have all this pasta sauce that I made yesterday. This one has TVP in it. So I think I'll have some of that. And then I still have the 3 meatballs, the Impossible meatballs. I'll have that too. And then I'm going to have some of the Parmesan Romano. So this is how I stretch meals. I pick things that I can make multiple dishes out of. All right. This is the romaine my daughter gave me. So I think I'll have maybe a little salad to go with it, not too much. And since it's an Italianish kind of meal, I'm going to have the Italian 3-cheese dressing. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, well, here's my rehydrated TVP. It's a very meat-like texture. And I have a little bit of pasta left in this box that I'm going to finish up. I have my 3 meatballs. And I'm going to add some of this to the meatballs. The meatballs have a little bit of sauce in them too. And I'm going to make enough for 1 serving. And then the rest of this, I have a different plan for. So I'll make another meal out of this. And what I'm thinking of making, I still have 3 hamburger buns left. So I'm thinking of adding some other ingredients to this and making sloppy joes. So that'll be another meal. So far, this is meal number 2. This will be meal number 3 out of 1 can of pasta sauce. All right, I'm going to get all this cooked up and I'll be back. All right, well, I have my spaghetti all in the pot here, along with the meatballs and sauce. So I'm just going to give these a mix, and I left a little tiny bit of the pasta water in there because the sauce was really, really thick. So I wanted to thin it down a little bit. So that's good that way. All right, and I like my spaghetti mixed together with the spaghetti sauce instead of just put it on top. And actually I'm going to mix some of this Parmesan cheese in here too. I'm going to put quite a bit in there just because I like the taste of it. And it'll thicken up some of the pasta water that I have in there. Plus give it a good flavor. Now I have 3 meatballs in here, and that's more than enough for me. And that's the Impossible meatballs. So I'm going to let that sit just a second. And here I made myself a little side salad with romaine, shredded carrots, celery, pepitas, and now I'm going to add some of these crispy onions. These are good. I like these added to salads. They're good in salads and veggies, and you could even put them on a burger. Well, hello. It's not for you. And then I'm going to put some cheese and garlic croutons on here too. I didn't want a big salad, I just wanted a little salad. And actually, now that I'm looking at it, this pasta is enough for another meal. And so I'm getting quite a few meals out of that 1 jar of spaghetti sauce. Alright, and then I'm just going to add some of this Italian 3 cheese. Yeah, this is really good dressing. I like it. It's tangy, but not too tangy. And it's wishbone. So there's my salad. And then just my spaghetti. Oh, I'm shedding. There's a hair. Ooh, gross. Alright. So I'm going to take a good portion of pasta. And it's enough for a little lunch yet. So that's good. And then my meatballs. Whoop. Got away from me there. Oh, somebody must have slammed a car door. Alright, and I'm going to have this one last meatball. Alright, now I can either make more pasta because there's a lot of sauce left in here and add it to it if it's not enough, but I think it'd be alright for a small meal. And then I'm going to put a little more cheese on. So alright. There we have it, dinner day 199. Spaghetti and meatballs and a side salad. And I know this will be tasty. Let me give it a try. The cheese really gives it a good flavor. Okay, I'll be back in a little bit and wrap things up. Well, I'm home now. Dinner was good. I still have some spaghetti left for another meal. So that's what I like to do. I like to buy things that I can stretch out into multiple meals, multiple different meals, so I'm not eating the same thing over and over again. But today was no spend day number 2. I didn't spend money yesterday and I didn't spend money today. Now today I was very tempted to spend money because I was at my mom's house and the Giant Eagle there with the Flash Food app actually had a really nice box of $5 produce again. And I kept looking at it and then it's like, no, you don't really need it. I wanted it, but I didn't really need it, and I told myself, no, then you're going to have produce that you need to use up, and you're so busy with the kitchen, you don't really need to be worrying about produce going bad. So I didn't get it, even though it was by my mom's house. I kind of talked myself out of it and said there'll be other Flash Food boxes that you can buy in the future. So I didn't spend $5 on that. My mom's house is also near an Earth Fair, which I really like that store because they have a lot of plant-based products that you can't get at Walmart or Aldi's or stores like that. So I like to go in there. It's not cheap, you know, it's not a discount store, but I do like to go in there once in a while and see what's available. And they have some bulk foods too, which I like. But nope, I didn't go in there either because I figured I would have bought something had I gone in there. And then on the way home, I passed Walmart and the thought crossed my mind that, oh, you should go in there and get some creamer and maybe a loaf of that good Walmart bread that you like. And I would have spent money there, and I said, nope, I'm not going in there either. I'm making today a no-spend day. So when I need things, I will buy them, but I'm going to keep that on a low-spend basis. So day number 2 now of low no spend ended up being a no spend day, and I'm happy about that because I do need to get caught up on some things. I have a couple bills that I'm trying to pay off. Tomorrow I want to stay home, and I'm going to look over some more of my automatic pay apps for the TV, and I'm going to make the decision of what to get rid of there, at least temporarily, because I can mix and match and move those around. I can stop them and start them whenever I want. If there's a show on one of them that I want to see, then I can sign up again, and then unsign when, there's nothing on. And actually right now there's quite a few apps that I'm not watching because there's nothing interesting that I find interesting. So what are some of the shows that you guys watch that you could recommend? I just watched 24 Legacy. That was good. I like action and adventure movies. I don't like comedies. I'm not so much into the romance movies, but I do like action and adventure. I like sci-fi. So if any of you have any suggestions on a good series, leave them in the comments below and I'll check it out. So that was pretty much my day today. I thought about bringing a few things of food home from my mom's house, but I want to empty out my freezer just a little bit more. So, because I don't want it crammed so full again that I can't find what's in there. So I'm going to hold off on that a little bit, cook down some more things that I have in there, and just try not to buy anything. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. Yep, that's all I have. Okay, I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself, be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.